right, we're gonna come up. Come up.
These men are installing bunkers that can cost $500,000.
This is the Fat Boy. This is the largest bunker we make in one single piece.
Atlas Survival Shelters is the world's largest bunker manufacturer. And their shelters promise to protect people from almost every type of disaster, even nuclear war.
I don't want it to happen in my lifetime, nobody does. But I need to make sure that the bunker will work when the time comes.
These days, more people are prepping for disaster than ever before.
For some reason, it's 99% Trump-supporting, conservative, Christian Republicans.
But his fastest growing customers are the ultra-wealthy.
Let's go hang out and party.
Yeah! In a bunker.
Game rooms, indoor shooting ranges, even stripper poles.
So how did these bunkers go from fringe obsessions to mainstream? And who's actually buying them? At this factory in Texas, a team of 50 people cranks out bunkers priced between $20,000 and $20 million.
Do I vet people that buy bunkers? Not really. I mean, is there a vetting process for buying a Rolls Royce? No, but you got to have the money to pay for it, okay?
That's Ron Hubbard. He owns and runs Atlas Survival Shelters out of its Texas headquarters.
Another person calling for a bomb shelter. Yeah, hello, there's Ron. So if you called me today and said, Ron, I want one of your big, fabulous bunkers, how long would it take? I usually will tell somebody it's about 6 months.
One of his biggest bunkers is called the Fat Boy.
This is pretty impressive.
This bunker costs at least $300,000.
This is how the ultra-rich have decided they want to survive the end of the world. It's got LED lights, built-in speakers, a beautiful sunken living room. You got a staircase, you come down the stairs right here. I mean, you're like, this is a bomb shelter? Look how tall and big it is.
Today, Ron's company installs more bunkers than any other. His team is so busy, there's a wait list.
I mean, there's bunkers everywhere, there's new equipment coming in, and this place is full. The clientele that I have are usually high net worth people, and they all want that VIP service. So they're like, hey, I don't want to wait in line. But guess what? Everyone who has a private jet is a VIP, and almost everyone who buys a bunker from me is a VIP. So I try to treat them all the same.
When he takes an order, the only personal information he uses to track it is his customer's first name and state of residence.
This bunker right here that says Barbara on it is an 8x16. We never know the last name of the clients, so they could put a gun to my head and say, where are all the bunkers at? And I would, I don't know.
Next, Ron has to decide the kind of bunker the customer needs. And that depends on the soil. The round ones are easier to bury really deep, while the square ones are more watertight and good for wetter ground.
It's like a doctor giving medicine. You don't give every patient the same prescription.
Today, his team is working on one of their most popular models, a 10 by 30 foot bunker, which goes for at least $150,000. It's made from American steel.
So the steel will actually come on this long trailer here, and they'll actually cut their pieces to size.
One of the first things they build are the walls. These are made in a crisscross pattern to prevent the steel from buckling under pressure when the bunker is buried.
So they'll fit it up, as you can tell, and they're gonna weld it out, and then it'll all stand up. And when we're done, we've basically created a big box.
Then the walls are welded from the inside and outside, so the bunker is watertight.
The enemy to a bunker is water. If a bunker floods, it's ruined.
This way, his shelters are able to withstand most natural disasters.
If you're in Florida, your fear is a hurricane. If you're in California, your fears are earthquakes and wildfires. And if you're in other places, it might be a volcano erupting or Yellowstone exploding.
Anytime a global crisis hits, interest spikes.
When the Ukraine war broke out, there was a big spike that lasted about 2-3 weeks. When Israel happened, there was a spike that lasted for about a week. When the COVID happened, there was a spike that lasted for about a month.
In 2025, bunker sales soared again when news broke about Iran's advancing nuclear program. And this factory in Texas got busy.
When I first started, we were literally cutting things on it with a single saw, one piece at a time. So now, of course, I've got automated saws, I've got laser tables, I've got plasma tables, I've got massive forklifts that can lift up to 36,000 pounds. Basically, what would take us 20 hours, we can probably do now in 2 hours. So our production is picking up.
Finally, Ron coats his bunkers with a tar-based paint. The same stuff offshore oil rigs use, because it lasts 150 years.
People are hiring me to save their families' lives at the worst moment in their history of their family. And that would be thermonuclear war and a pandemic of a biblical event. It's real stuff.
Survival bunkers date back hundreds of years, though early versions were usually above ground. During the Civil War, Americans built shelters from soil, wood, or stone for defense. But in 1941, the US started building more bunkers underground to protect from airstrikes.
Japanese bombs rained on Pearl Harbor.
Shortly after, President Franklin Roosevelt ordered a bunker be built under the White House. His successors then used it during bomb drills.
President Eisenhower and his aides rushed to the underground shelter, which has complete communications, telephones, teletype, and radio.
Most Americans were introduced to the concept during the Cold War.
You know the places marked with the S sign? They're safe places to go when you hear the alarm.
Congress even set aside $169 million to outfit public buildings with fallout shelters that could protect from nuclear radiation. That's also when tiny personal bunkers, built mostly out of concrete, started popping up in backyards across the country. But in the early 1960s, a man named Jay Swayze reimagined what a bunker could be. He built a 2,800 square foot luxury house underground, with 4 bedrooms and murals to make it seem like you were outside. Ron went to visit for inspiration.
Oh, look, he's got shuffleboard in here, huh?
The bunker was designed to be livable and could protect against nuclear radiation. As global tensions continued to rise in the 1970s and 80s, a growing subculture of doomsday preppers emerged. More people joined the movement after 9/11. TV shows also helped bring survival culture into the mainstream.
I mean, that's good, but just clean it up a little bit.
Right, that's what I'm doing.
All right, good deal.
But Ron wasn't part of that crowd when he got into the bunker business.
I had no plans to build one. I never even heard of the word a prepper.
But in 2010, when a friend sent him a YouTube video of someone's bomb shelter, it changed everything.
My entire life, I've literally been a welder. I was pretty damn good at it. I was like, God, man, I could do a better job myself than these guys. And then somebody says, hey, can you make me one? Can you make me one? Can you make me one?
Then in 2012, a producer from National Geographic's reality show Doomsday Preppers called. They wanted to film an episode showing Ron building a bunker.
Get no better than this.
Hey, don't. Bring on Doomsday, huh? Woo. My phone was ringing off the hook.
Ron says, these days, building a survival shelter isn't just an emergency plan.
Do we live for those spikes? They're a gift. My business is not based upon the spikes. My business is based upon new home construction. Contractors
often ask him to build bunkers for new residential developments.
This is what's going on. 86 houses are being built with these secret Murphy shells. You open this up, and in this room, this is going to take you to the bomb shelter. This bunker is being utilized as a movie theater. It's even got a secret gun shelf over there.
And demand isn't just spiking in the US. Ron's been consulting in the Middle East, where ongoing conflict has driven bunker sales.
You'll get some Saudi prince or somebody like that, and they'll have a 50,000 square foot bunker built that might cost $100 million.
Mark Zuckerberg also has a bunker in Kauai worth $270 million.
When you deal with a billionaire, you get contacted by some guy and they send you a non-disclosure. And then at some point, it may slip out who the actual customer is. That is how billionaires work.
Vladimir Putin has a secret shelter beneath his Black Sea palace near Gelendzhik, worth about $1.3 billion. The opulent complex, often referred to as Putin's palace, hides a bunker lying more than 160 feet underground and has about 6,500 square feet of living space. It includes tunnels reinforced with 15-inch thick concrete walls, designed to withstand explosions. Elon Musk hasn't confirmed he owns one yet, but architects in Russia have designed a concept based on the Cybertruck. It's an 8,000 square foot structure, meant to withstand nuclear threats, and powered by solar and wind. It would house 7 people, and would reportedly cost over $850,000.
Look at it from their point of view. They've made $1 billion or $100 million, and in the instant, through a cyber attack, they could not have access to any of their money. So all they have is what tangibly they can touch.
Analysts predict the shelter industry will continue to grow, reaching about $4.5 billion by 2033.
Isn't this crazy?
Even though the Fat Boy isn't Ron's most extravagant model, he still outfits it with high-end finishes.
So of course, a full bathroom, matching granite counters for the vanity, flushing toilet, walk-in shower, hot and cold running water.
The electrical appliances are mainly powered by lithium batteries that are charged by solar panels and wind turbines, or diesel generators.
You've got to have a secondary source of power because the grid will go down, and you've got to be able to live off the grid in the shelter.
And there are other hidden features.
And this is really cool. Look at this. Everything has floor access to your storage.
Under the floor, they leave a gap where they'll install 2 300-gallon tanks to supply water for drinking and plumbing. That's enough for a family of 4 to survive for about 3 months.
This bunker here actually has a walk-in closet.
The shelter can comfortably sleep 8 people, but can fit many more in an emergency.
And this doghouse, which would lay down if you had to access it, leads to the escape tunnel. And it's held up with magnets, but it also gives you a place where your dogs can go in and sleep. So you have all the comforts of a home, but this is my largest one-piece shelter that I can deliver to your property.
Ron says the Fat Boy is also designed to protect you from nuclear radiation. He has dozens of YouTube videos about it.
The video today is really for my bunker customers. Now, to get into one of my bunkers, you have to go through a bulletproof nuclear blast hatch that's on the surface.
Then a series of stairs lead you down to a second door.
And then when you get to the bottom of the stairs, you take a left or a right and you turn and you walk into a bunker.
That L-shaped design is supposed to shield you from direct exposure to gamma rays. And once you make it inside, you'll need sustenance.
So let's say we have complete nuclear obliteration of America. So you need to have enough food to make it to the next year's growing cycle.
As long as you have that, you really wouldn't need to leave.
And I do have clients who actually do live in their shelters, not full time, but a lot of the time.
Ron says ventilation isn't a problem if you decide to hunker down.
This is the air pipe. This is the mouth, okay? Just like the human body, we gotta breathe in. So the air comes in one side and actually goes out the other. It's almost like, you eat food, it goes in your mouth and then it comes out as out your ass, okay?
He only uses Swiss and Israeli-made air systems. They're the most advanced because bunkers are so common there. In Israel, every home is legally required to have a built-in safe room. Switzerland has enough fallout shelters to house its entire population of nearly 9 million people.
Bomb shelters is a way of life for a lot of the world, and Americans just haven't grasped onto the idea.
Historically, preppers have been overwhelmingly right-leaning.
Now, it doesn't mean that I haven't sold some shelters to some Democrats. It's just not very many. I can literally name the 4 on one hand.
But data shows that since President Trump was first elected in 2016, more left-wing folks have joined the movement. Black Americans are prepping more too. That trend rose sharply after the death of George Floyd, with gun ownership among Black Americans spiking 58%. But most people don't have the resources to actually buy a survival home. So Ron is working on expanding access.
The rock bottom we can get a shelter out now is $20,000. It's called the precast shelter. They will actually pour the molds themselves and pop them out kind of like cupcakes and actually produce one every single day.
This one can house 4 people in 2 bunk beds.
There's nothing fancy about it, but it will give you an old-style fallout shelter from like the 1960s, and you'll only be in a shelter like that for maybe 3 or 4 days.
As for the bigger bunkers,
That's a big boy. That's 60,000 pounds right there.
when they're ready, Ron's team drives them all the way from Texas to their destination.
All right, here we go. First bunker is lifted in the air. We're gonna swing it down.
Some parts, like plumbing pipes and the escape tunnel, are installed on location. They add concrete to help the bunker withstand pressure from the surrounding soil, and as an extra layer of protection from a nuclear blast. And they bury it 6 feet below, to help keep the temperature inside at a comfortable 52 to 60 degrees. This one, worth $600,000, took Ron's team almost a week to install. So how long will it last?
Nothing is forever, but I'm making them to last more than a person's lifetime. Will they do that? I won't know because I won't be alive.